Yo, it's your boy, Orion, one half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. I got a great show, original content today. Top 10 must-see games this NFL 2019 regular season. And I got a merch update. So I'm going to obviously go over that. Michael Pierpont waiting on standby. What it do, my guy? Hopefully you're having a great Wednesday today? I mean, I get my days mixed up so much just because I'm grinding so hard. I don't even know what day it is. Ruben Rivera. Obviously, 10 games. The Eagles playing. See, there we go. Fly, Eagles, fly. The two first in the room, right? Eagles, fly, Eagles, fly. I'm going to be watching a lot of Eagles games. I won't lie. I absolutely love them this year. Wentz is going to be back on MVP form. I don't care what anybody says. I think the chance of him getting the MVP is real this season. Not a lot of people believe that statement, or they want to believe into the critics, or if they want to go bandwagon and go somewhere else. But we'll have to kind of wait and see. I mean, we're getting really close to the regular season. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. Like I said, it gets so confusing with me on what day it is just because I'm grinding so hard going through all the tape and all the film, all the websites. Right now I'm watching the College Football National Championship game, Clemson, Alabama. I've already watched it like 5 times, but who cares? Watch it again. Trevor Lawrence. They showed some ridiculous stat on the screen about 5 minutes ago that when he was in high school, when he was a starter for 4 years, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, he had like 162 touchdowns and like something ridiculous like 12 picks. How the hell do you have 162 touchdowns? Like that's like 40 plus a season and only 12 picks. You're averaging like 40 and 3 freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. God, he's going to be good. I can't wait for him to play this season. But I got a great show for you guys. I love you, Daddy. What up, Lenny D? Ravens flock. What it do, everybody? Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Like I said, it definitely was an awesome game. And I kind of like to see the new guy win. Obviously, we've seen Alabama has been like the Patriots. You know, they've been winning every single year. So now Clemson is kind of becoming a dynasty of their own. But I don't mind. You know, I kind of like it. You know what I mean? It's kind of nice to be able to have that other team, that other guy be able to compete and kind of make a name for themselves. And they got some nice players. As we're going into the NFL draft and seeing the talent that has come out the pool, obviously in this rookie class this year, and then going in next year with Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver. He's going to be an amazing player for Alabama. And they have plenty of other pieces on Clemson that I'm excited to see as well. It's going to be crazy. And obviously we have John Roberts. What to do, man? So I got a great show for you guys. First off, I just want to go into the merch. We got accepted from Teespring with our merch. So any video that you guys see on the bottom, there'll be a link. So if you guys want to check out any of the t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, mugs, socks, anything that you have. We have one main design that's on there now. There's going to be many more to come. Probably we'll have some with the logo there in the corner as well of other catchphrases that we're doing. But like I said, if you guys want to show your support, grab a tee, grab a hoodie. We definitely would appreciate it. And obviously a lot of the donation money that we've been getting is going to get put to good use. I love giving back. Some people talk about it, but I actually put it into action. And I think I would say 30 to 40% of the money that we get based off the merch is going to go back to the fan base. So I'll be doing contests once we end up having that roll out for about a month or so and we get some funds accumulated. I want to be able to give back and give some t-shirts away, some hoodies away, some sweatshirts away, different merch out there for the fan base. I think that would be awesome for you guys to be able to rep us out there since we are the best sports YouTube channel out there, period. All right. So the merch got accepted. Very exciting for us. You guys can check it out after we do the stream. Make sure you smash the like button, right? Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that already, right? And then make sure that you take a look. Support your boy. I got a few things already coming my way. It's going to take, obviously, I think like a week and a half, 2 weeks for a lot of the stuff to get shipped out, but still exciting. And then you'll start seeing me and Marcus wearing the merch, obviously promoting it as well. Damon P. Aquadio. This is what I like to see. We got a lot of Eagles fans in the room already, so that's what I like to see. And like I said, I got a great show for you guys today. Just wanted to give you guys an update on the merch, that it's available now, which is exciting. We got one main design, just the NWSportsFanatics, and we got little snow caps on it drizzling down because we're out here in the Northwest, so you guys can take a look at the design. It's just one of the many designs that we're going to be coming out for different merch, and it's crazy. Teespring's got a lot to choose from. I mean, you got phone cases, pillowcases, mugs, shirts, t-shirts, women's wear, onesies for the babies. It's crazy. So we're happy to partner with them. And like I said, if you guys want to support us, that'd be absolutely fantastic. We support it. And like I said, I'll be giving back with a lot of the, profits that we get, through the merch. I'm going to be giving back to a lot of the fan base. And then one kind of story I wanted just to kind of shout out, before I get into my top 10, it's going to be nice because I remember, I'm not sure if all you guys were in the stream, but I have a friend that's very close to me that's gone through some tragedy within the last year. Lost his kid that died of SIDS within like the first month of his child being born, his very first son. So he's been in a devastated, kind of depressed mood, right? Then he got in a car accident after that, and then the doctor said that he might not be able to walk or talk again. Scary, right? Then he ended up having a pacemaker put in, and this kid's like 25 years old. He's one of my really good friends. His name's Rizzo, and like I said, I feel that like with all the donations that we've been given in, he's never been to a professional game. Sonics, he lives in Vancouver, Washington, so he's never been to Mariners or Sonics or Seahawks or Ducks or Beavers or Blazers. I was going to take him to a Mariner game. They have an Ichiro bobblehead night, but I know he's a Duck fan, so as a surprise, right, I ended up getting tickets today to the home opener, right? So obviously me, him, and then another one of my buddies that I took last year, and I introduced and popped his Oregon Ducks cherry, showing him that it's not just a game, it's an experience. So I'm going to be able to kind of break my friend in, and we're going to be sitting behind the Duck bench, fourth row, behind the Duck bench. So I'm really excited to see the look on his face, and we're going to have the gloves, we're going to have the chain, we're going to have Otson dogs, beer, we're going to tailgate, we're going to do the whole 9 yards. So I'll probably try to go live when we do that so you guys can see that, but I'm very excited, not only to see Herbert and the Ducks and Kayvon Thibodeau and see kind of the, chances of the Ducks winning the Pac-12. UW is going to be tough. Utah is going to be great. Those are the two front runners, but as far as being able to give back, I'm super excited. Like I said, I found good tickets, fourth row, behind the Duck bench, so I know that this guy is going to be really excited, and it's not only going to be a memory that he'll never ever forget, but with all the tragedy that he's gone in his life, with losing his son, his firstborn, and within the first month of the son being born, I can't even imagine what that feels like. Getting into a car wreck and then maybe not being able to speak, right, or walk ever again, right, and then having a pacemaker put in at like 25 years old. I can't even imagine. So I'll go live, and you guys will be able to see the reaction, but it makes me feel really good of guys like Omer, Muyich, and a lot of you guys that have donated to the channel. When I say I'm going to give back and I'm going to change people's lives and show them something that they haven't seen before, I mean it. Like to be able to get the YouTube studio up and running here in my hometown to make other people's dreams come true is step 2. That's probably going to be like a 3 to 5 year process unless I get like Mr. Beast to come in here and donate some insane amount of money, or something happens to my life where I end up getting a lot more funds to make it happen sooner. But it's very exciting to be able to make other people's dreams come true and see the smile on their face, and to be able to enjoy the moment with me, because if you're going to go to the game with me, you're going to have the best possible time. You're going to have great seats. We're going to sit close. We're going to drink a lot of beer. We're going to have the Otson dogs. You're going to get the experience of a lifetime. We're going to get on TV being that close. So very, very exciting. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys. It just kind of makes me a little emotional too, just because I know how much he's gone through, within the last year. A lot of tragedy. So this is going to be the bright spot. And I know this won't be the last time that I take him to a game this season. So I feel great, man. I'm in a great mood right now. So I just secured the bag, secured the tickets. Like I said, our merch went live today, this afternoon. So if you guys go down to our, videos, underneath any of the videos, we'll have a link. If you guys want to cop a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a coffee mug, support your boys, Marcus and Orion. We're the hardest working YouTubers, period. And I got a great show for you guys today. So I got two options, and I want you guys to comment below. So I can either go over the top 10 games after going through the schedule, going through some other articles, through other ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS Sports, and kind of they've gone over tiers of games and their opinion that they think are going to be good, right? I can go over a top 5 absolute best games, in my opinion, this season, or I can go over all 10 and then go all, over back with the top 5. So you guys comment below what you guys want me to do. Do you guys want me to go over the absolute top 5 best games, or do you want me to do all 10 and then I'll go over my top 5 after? Comment below. So I'll wait for a few guys to decide if you guys want me to do all 10 and then all 10. All right. So it sounds like 10. All right. So we've all decided that then. So I'm going to do that for you. And then after we do all 10, I'm going to do them in order based off week. And then I'll end up doing my top 5 after that. Perfect 10. Ty Dillinger. Right. He just got married. All right. To Peyton Royce. Lucky man. All right. 10. Perfect 10. If you guys watch WWE or if you guys follow wrestling, you know what I'm talking about. Damon P. Aquadio does. The rest of y'all, I'm not too sure. All right, here we go. So let's start off with a week 1. So week 1 is interesting. I went through the whole schedule, every single game of every single week throughout the whole year before I put this video out. So it took me some time to kind of go over the matchups and not to have any bias, just to kind of give you guys a vibe of what I think. All right, so the first game that's going to be must-see TV that you guys are going to have to mark on your calendar, circle it, get your popcorn ready, right? Regardless if you're a fan of either of these two teams, it's the oldest rivalry in the NFL. So if that didn't already spark an interest, and if you don't already know who that is, I'm talking about the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. An old school rivalry, and the games are always good. They're always going for the jugular, right? You got Aaron Rodgers, you got Khalil Mack. It's gonna be an amazing game. I don't care if you don't like these two teams. You're gonna be more than likely tuning in. You want to be able to see, is Rodgers going to be good with LaFleur? How is that defense going to look? What's Trubisky look like? Is David Montgomery going to dominate, right? How many carries is he going to get? Is he going to split time with Tariq Cohen? Is Mike Davis going to get all the goal line sets, former running back of Seattle? I mean, who is going to get the looks? Who is going to get the touches? What wide receivers for the Bears are going to show out? Do they have any? Trey Burton's going to be healthy for how long, right? How many games is the Chicago Bear defense going to win alone, right? Is Aaron Rodgers going to play a full season? Maybe. Maybe not, right? Now, besides Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones, who else is going to step up? Geronimo? Scantling? Who else is going to step up for the team? Because I don't think the Packers are necessarily going to make the playoffs this season. And with Aaron Rodgers, that's kind of a crazy thing to say because he's so legit year in and year out. But in the last couple years, he hasn't proven that he can stay healthy. Do I believe in Kirk Cousins? Not really. But I think they have a better team, overall offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. And then obviously I like the Bears the best in the division to repeat, just who they have on defense. The defense is the best in the league. Vic Fangio is gone. Yes, that's going to be a concern. But they got Chuck Pagano. So if you know Chuck Pagano, he's going to be solid for them. The question marks is going to be the offense. But with Riley Ridley coming in, Calvin Ridley's brother at wide receiver, that'll help a little. Right, but the main piece that's going to help the most, or two, right, is having Tariq Cohen have some backup. Now they got the three amigos out there, right? You got Mike Davis, big bruiser from the Seahawks for goal line sets. Tariq Cohen's the third down back. He can get screen passes. He's going to dominate, right? You could have him start, but he's a little undersized. So you got this guy, David Montgomery, from the third round. Sleeper in fantasy, I'm telling you right now, between him and Josh Jacobs, those might be the two best rookie running backs. I mean, there's guys in Dallas, and there's guys in, obviously, Los Angeles for the Rams and Henderson and Pollard. There's a lot of competition for running backs to stand out. But as far as carries, touches, opportunities, Jacobs for the Raiders might initially have the edge just going in because Gruden's going to feed him. Yum, all the carries, right? But Montgomery, to me, is the better talent overall. It just depends on when they decide to, let the leashes off of him, and he'll end up getting 20 touches a game because I think he could be the next Matt Forte, maybe better. And that could really help them win the division and go from like an 8-8 team if they get poor running back play from the three of them, or they can maybe go 11-5 and win the division. So look for that game. Circle it on your calendar. I love watching it every year. There's always drama. It usually comes down to like the last play, the last field goal attempt, the last drive from Rajas. I believe him and Randall Cobb hooked up because I went to, I believe, some type of wrestling event with my buddy, and we were on the way back in the car from like SmackDown or Raw, probably Monday Night Raw, and then I think Cobb scored at the very end when we were in the car, and I had him in fantasy, and I think I won that week 1. So anything can happen. In the Packers at the Bears, so obviously Chicago's going to have the edge being at home, but we'll see how Rajas looks with Devontae Adams. You know he's going to dominate. Aaron Jones will. But who else? I'm concerned about that defense. Week 1, that is the absolute best matchup for week 1 moving forward. Circle it, all right? Now, we go to week 2, all right? Week 2 is one of my favorite matchups, period, all season long, right? Both teams in the NFC were powerhouse teams, period. I mean, there's nothing else to say. These two teams were likely the best fits to go to the Super Bowl last year, right? These were the two best teams, not named the Chiefs or the Patriots last year, right? They never really played each other that often, but the rivalry is bitter. It's real. There's a lot of shit talking involved, right? They got some of the best players that the NFL has ever seen, and obviously one team is a little bit younger. You got kind of the new era, the new wave team, right, with a new coach and Sean McVay, and then you got your boys, Who Dat Nation, right, with Sean Payton, Kamara, right? You got Michael Thomas, you got Sheldon Rankins coming back from the injury, Cameron Jordan, right? You got Todd Gurley, you got Jared Goff in the Goffense, you got Cooks, you got Cooper Kupp, best friend, he's back. All right, he looks nice. I seen him training, right? Aaron Donald. I mean, the name drops can go on and on and on. This might be probably the funnest game, if you watched it last year, between these two teams playing in the regular season, then playing, obviously, in the NFC Championship game. The referees got it wrong, right? But they both were deserving teams to make it that far. They were amazing, fun to watch, lots of depth. They got two of the best coaches, period, in the NFL, and no one can argue that. I don't care if you don't like the Saints and you don't like the Rams. These are the two front runners to be able to go to the NFC Championship game, not name the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's get that straight right out the gate. Those are the three heavy favorites with a lot of other teams available for wild card and to be able to make a name: Cowboys, Bears, Seahawks, Vikings, Packers, Panthers, Falcons. There's a lot of others, right? But to me right now, Saints, Rams, Eagles, those are the top-notch teams right now, right as we go into the season. But does it get any fucking better than New Orleans Saints versus Los Angeles Rams? Week fucking 2, NFC fucking rematch. Circle that bitch on your calendar. If that shit is on TV locally for me, I'm going to react to it. I've already mentioned that I'm sacrificing all my Bucs games live this season, that I'll have my friends recorded on their DVR on Sunday Ticket, or I'll watch it later. I'll watch it twice. Show me how shitty Jameis Winston of a quarterback he really is. I know they're going to do better this season, which scares me because he's going to have better stats and they're going to be able to extend him, which I hate, and I'll just be miserable for the rest of my fucking life. But the Saints and Rams come on, that gives me joy because I appreciate good football, good talent. Todd Gurley, is he going to show people that he's healthy? Darrell Henderson, a nice 1-2 punch. Jared Goff in the Goffense. Stop saying that Goff isn't a good quarterback. He is. He runs the Goffense. Sean McVay makes Jared Goff better. Let's not get it twisted, right? Without Sean McVay, he wouldn't be where he is today, but that's all about the NFL. These great teams in the NFL all have something in common: great coaching and great GMs for the most part. So let's see here. The Rams have Sean McVay. Oh, surprise, they're kind of good. The New Orleans Saints have Sean Payton. Oh, surprise, they're kind of good. The Eagles have Howie Roseman at GM and Dougie P. They're fucking kind of good. Oh, no brainer. It's because you have nice pieces in place. If you have great GMs and elite coaches, the trickle-down effect will happen with the talent on your players. Saints, Rams, Saints at Rams. So that'll be key. We'll have to see if the Saints can actually play decent away from the dome. Obviously, we know they're not going to be as strong. And then Rams, I'm excited to see what jerseys the Rams and the Saints wear. Are we going to get the white color rush from the Saints? Probably not, because they're going to wear those white, color rushes with the gold at home, more than likely. And then you got the throwbacks the Rams might wear, but that's going to be one of the most anticipated matchups all year round, period. Week 2 NFC championship game fucking rematch. Your boy's doing the research. You know I'm going to give it to you. Big facts all year long. All right. Now we shift over to week 3. And I thought I was going to have to skip a few weeks. I'm not going to just go week 1, 2, all the way to 16 because I said I did a top 10, not a top 16. But you'll see where I'm coming from. This one is a sleeper matchup. And the reason I have it as a sleeper is because, bottom line, as you've watched football this season and preseason, there's a few people that stand out. Daniel Jones has stood out. Kyler Murray has looked shaky at times, but when it gets to the regular season, even though that O-line is Bootios, David Johnson, I believe, is going to be Bootios. The defense is Bootios, right? But Cliff Kingsbury, right, in week 3 has an opportunity at home to show off his offensive skill set with Kyler Murray, right, to see what they're really made of. Most people feel that he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, Spider Burns for the Panthers on defense, or Devin Bush for the Steelers, or Josh Allen on the Jags, or Devin White for the Bucks. I mean, there's a lot more options. Quentin Williams, for the Jets. There's so many fucking names on defense. Who knows? But on the offensive side, Kyler Murray, Josh Jacobs, there's going to be a Montgomery. Those are going to be probably the front runners to win the award. But a lot of times the quarterback's going to win. So we got the Panthers and the Cardinals week 3. I want to see Spida because he could end up winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Spida Burns. Kyler Murray, more than likely, is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, even if he's fucking running for his life 24/7. He's trying to go to Popeyes to get the new chicken sandwich. They're fucking sold out. He's running off the field, running back, trying to throw a touchdown pass. He could go to Chick-fil-A, but he don't want to. He's going to be running for his life. Period. All right. But he's that good of a player that he'll still be able to make plays with a shitty O-line and a shitty running back. I don't think David Johnson, if David Johnson gives you anything to what he was in 2016, this team could get close to winning 6 or 7 games, but it's not going to happen. I feel that they're going to win 5 games or less, but he is going to prove that he's an exciting football player, not a Patrick Mahomes, but he is going to be somewhere in between a Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, a little bit less than that, right? But with room to grow. Him and Baker Mayfield have the it factor, so it's going to be exciting to see how close they can get to a Russell Wilson and a Patrick Mahomes within the first 3 years of their development. Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray have it, and I'm excited to see that matchup. Panthers D, Cam Newton, is he healthy? Will he play week 1? Run CMC, is he going to win the rushing title? Is he going to go 1,000? He's one of the best players, period, in fantasy and in real life. All right. If Saquon Barkley gets picked first and everyone's giving him the lock to win Offensive Player of the Year, let's not sleep on Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey. Let's not sleep on Alvin Kamara, AK-41, the alien, right? Let's not sleep on Le'Veon Bell and some of these other guys. Everyone's almost like going to give the award out already. Let's wait a little bit. Let's see what happens. But I'm excited to see the Panthers' development with DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Run CMC. Can Cam fucking stay healthy? If they can, they're going to be a contender. All right. The Cardinals and Kyler Murray with that run and gun offense with Kingsbury. Will anybody fucking show up for that defense? Patrick Peterson will still be out, but we'll definitely see some other pieces step up. Who will they be? Who will step up on the line, on the defense? Is it going to be straight coaching? Does Kyler Murray just have to air it out for 300 yards and just take his chances on throws? He might. Christian Kirk will be a guy that steps his game up. Larry Fitz is old as hell, but he'll be able to make plays. But who else? But I'm interested to see that matchup. I think it's kind of a sleeper matchup, not a top 5 matchup all year. But I think if Kyler Murray wins that game at home, that'll kind of put everyone on alert, right? Everyone will be, like the millennials say, woke. Because most people are not going to give the Cardinals any chance to win that game. 0% chance, especially if the Panthers go into that game 2-0 with Spider Burns with like 4 or 5 sacks, Gerald McCoy, Luke Kuechly, Cam, everyone fucking shit up, right? If somehow, some way, the Cardinals fight in that game and they win, everyone will be awoke at that point. But Panthers at Cardinals week 3, an interesting matchup to me because it gives that true test for Kyler Murray to see an elite defense, one of the best front sevens in football. What are you going to do? What is Kingsbury going to do? Circle that on the calendar. It's a sleeper. It's not going to be the best matchup of the year, and it might not even be the best game of week 3. But I like to see the new talent, and like I said, it could be a game where we look back on where you have the Offensive Rookie of the Year, Kyler Murray, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Spider Burns, right, in the same game. people aren't really looking at it like that right now. I am, because I see the future, right? I got the ESP, not an ESP, and I know it's going to be hopefully a decent game. Murray surprises some people and puts himself on the map. Number 3, week 3, Panthers at Cardinals. All right, next matchup. Next matchup is going to be week 5. I skipped week 4 altogether. I didn't see anything that was too intriguing there. All right. Now, we go to week 5, and the first thing I have to say is revenge game. So think of all the people that got traded last season, right? Who is going to be the hungriest to get revenge on his old team? Who could it be? Is it AB? Sting like a, fly like a, fly like a, fly like a butterfly, sting like AB. Could it be, right? The Raiders and the Steelers, but they don't play that week, right? Could it be Le'Veon Bell, right? And the Jets versus Pittsburgh? They don't play that week either, right? The matchup that I'm really excited to see, right, is the Bears. The Bears and Khalil Mack going back home to the Raiders. Now, obviously, everyone is kind of thinking that the Raiders are going to be shitty. I don't. They're 3-0 in preseason. I mean, obviously, I'm a John Gruden guy because I'm a Bucs guy, but I honestly feel I had them last in the division, like, no doubt. But the way that I've watched them in Hard Knocks, and then the way that I feel that the team is rallying behind each other with the team, I think there's a chance that they could get third place and outplay the Broncos for that last position. You know, I'm not saying that they're going to be able to get past the Chargers or the Chiefs because I don't think that's going to happen. But the Raiders have a chance to kind of make a name for themselves, be better than people think. I think people are capping them out right now at about 4 or 5 games. I think that they could get somewhere between 6 and 8, depending on injuries on the Chargers. The Chiefs are going to run away with it. They're going to win 12, 13, 14 games, period, right? But if the Chargers get banged up, right, they already got the Derwin James issue and Keenan Allen issue. Melvin Gordon's not there, right? The Broncos got Lindsey and Royce, but they're kind of thin at wide receiver. Sanders is coming back from, the ACL. They got Sutton. You got Hamilton, but they're young, right? I'm not really sold on Noah Fant, right? The defense, Von Miller will be amazing, right? Bradley Chubb will be amazing. They'll combine for probably 25 or 30 sacks. Chris Harris is amazing. But something about this Raiders team kind of excites me a little bit. I think that they might be able to rally around Gruden and play a little bit better. No playoffs this season. I think that they can make it within the first 3 years once they go to Vegas next year, right? But look for them to fight. Look for them to fucking scrap. They've taken the personality of John Gruden. If you guys watch Hard Knocks, I don't know if you do, but they're motivated. No one thought they would be 3-0 in preseason, and people that say that, oh, if you win all your games in preseason, that don't mean shit going into the regular, it kind of does. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, if you're 0-4 and you're going in, what kind of confidence do you have in John Gruden? What kind of confidence do you have in Mike Mayock? What kind of confidence do you have in, wearing the Raider brand? Probably not a whole lot. So I look forward to that matchup. Bears at Raiders, revenge game, Khalil Mack. Obviously, the Bears have the greatest chance to win that game, even though they're going to be on the road. They got a better team overall. But it wouldn't surprise me, AB, Khalil Mack, could be something kind of special. Week 5, revenge game, Khalil Mack. All right, let's go to the next week. Now, I skip a few weeks. I skip week 6. I skip week 7. Now I'm all the way to week 8. This is one of the most anticipated matchups all year, all right? One team is used to going to Super Bowls and winning Super Bowls. We've seen the tight end retire recently, right? And he started to cry, right? And he said, I don't know if I love football anymore. I'm going to be going into the CBD gang, right? Gang, CBD gang, right? We've seen Andrew Luck walk away from injuries. Sounds like Rob Gronkowski was really not enjoying life away from, just the football atmosphere. It wasn't for him anymore. So I got the Cleveland Browns at the New England Patriots, week 8. Now, this is a key game because I think that the Browns are going to make the playoffs this season as a wild card. If somehow, some way, they don't necessarily win the game because they're going to be at the Patriots, that's going to be a tough game to win on the road. But if somehow, some way, you win that game, even if it's by 3, right, or you lose by 3 and you show that you're competitive playing with the Patriots, not only is that going to give you that playoff push and give you that confidence that, hey, you're going to be better than Cincinnati, you're going to be better than Baltimore this season, you might not be better than Pittsburgh, but you're coming. I think that they're going to get one of the playoff spots this year, and don't be surprised if Baker Mayfield ends up taking his stats to a whole nother level, right? Nick Chubb will break out. Myles Garrett will be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. They have good defense, good depth. Kitchens, I still am a little questionable on him. I don't really know what I'm going to see, but based off what I watch on Stone Cold Show and meeting Kitchens on the last episode, meeting Baker Mayfield, seeing the way that they gel, seeing the depth that they have, regardless if Odell Beckham gets injured halfway through the season and Jarvis Landry and Njoku, their offense is going to be top 10, in my opinion, this season. The line is decent. There is some holes there on the offensive line. The coaching staff, there's some holes there as well. But the defense, I think, is going to make up for it. And if somehow, some fucking way that the Browns beat the Patriots in Week 8, not only are they going to make the playoffs, at that point, that might give them the confidence to maybe try to win the division. I mean, it's going to be tough with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. All of them are going to be scrapping at each other. But I definitely feel that even though a lot of people think that they're paper champions, overrated, I saw it firsthand in that preseason game with the Bucs, right? This team has got depth. It's not just Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. They got ballers out there, right? They have Greedy Williams. They have a few other pieces that like to play. So look for the Browns at the Patriots, Week 8. Could this be the year? No one wins in New England, period. I mean, New England only usually loses 5 games or less, right, every year, 11-5, 12-4. But could this be one game that they slip up on if Baker dominates and the defense gets to Brady, puts him on the ground? If you get to Brady and you make him uncomfortable, you have a chance to win the game. Just ask the Philadelphia Eagles in this Super Bowl with Philly. It's possible. You just need to get to him. Browns at Patriots, Week 8. Circle it on your calendar. All right? Ooh, Clemson with a touchdown. I see you. All right? Then we go to Week 9. I went through the schedule, right? This matchup is going to be interesting because a lot of people were concerned after Andrew Luck retired. I'm going to tell you right now, bottom line, the Indianapolis Colts with Jacoby Brissett are going to go to the playoffs this season, and not only are they going to go to the playoffs, they're going to win the AFC South. Now you're saying, well, I don't know. The Texans, they have Watson. They have DeAndre Hopkins, the best wide receiver in the game, and J.J. Watt. Yeah, big fucking deal. They do, but their O-line is trash, one of the worst in the NFL, right? So that's going to limit the running game and the pass protection for Deshaun Watson. Lamar Miller is out for the year. They have no running back. Right? Will Fuller is solid. They have nice chemistry when he plays together with Watson, but what happens? Every time they play together, they score and get a touchdown, but he gets hurt every single year. And now you have this Jadeveon Clowney drama. He's going to go to the Eagles or Seahawks. That's what I was kind of saying about 2 weeks ago. Those are the teams that he wants to go to because he sees those teams as playoff teams, and with the Eagles, a Super Bowl contender. Seahawks aren't, but the Eagles are. You add Jadeveon Clowney, that's like adding Jay Ajayi to a roster that's already fucking stacked. I don't care if Deshaun Jackson broke his finger in practice. They're going to be fine. They got guys like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside that's going to step up. Your boy Reeds. I watched the tape. I watched the film. So it's going to be interesting. But I like Ballard. I like Reich, right? Brissett's got T.Y. They'll be fine, right? They got nice deep threats from Ohio State. You know who I'm talking about. They're going to be fine. Paris Campbell, right? You have Ebron, Double E, Big E, the real Big E stand up, right? You got a good old line. Quentin Nelson's amazing. He's my favorite offensive lineman in this whole entire NFL. You got Darius Leonard. You got Malik Hooker. You got Banogu, Rock Ya-Sin. All their second rounders that they drafted are going to pan out. The team is more complete to me on the offensive side of the ball. The defensive side, you got obviously Hines and you got Marlon Mack, which aren't great running backs, but with that awesome O-line, you can take an average running back and have him be above average in Mack, and then Hines can sprinkle in a couple third down plays as well. I like the Colts winning the division. I know we have some Lunar and a few other Colts fans that were fucking devastated with the Andrew Luck news. I get it. But I told them, what would be more detrimental, losing Andrew Luck or losing Ballard and Reich? And losing Ballard and Reich, your evaluators, your coaches, your mentors, would be more devastating. You don't want a 25% Andrew Luck going out there that's not mentally in it, and then he throws 15 touchdowns and 25 picks, and you criticize him. If he needs to walk away, respect the decision. They shouldn't have booed him, but I still like their chances to win the division at 10-6. I'm not saying the Colts are going to go 13-3 or 14-2, but the Titans are a mess, right? Mariota sucks. I'm a Ducks guy. That hurts me to say, right? Tannehill sucks. They're not going to be able to win a whole lot of games, in my opinion. Maybe max out at 8-8. right? The Jacksonville Jaguars with Nick Foles. This is not the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick. Slick Nick Foles. You know it too, and you're worried. You see in the roster, if Fournette doesn't play good, you're fucked. The defense is top 5, but they can't score 21 points a game on the D to bail you out. You're in fucking trouble. No wide receivers, no fucking tight ends, all young, inexperienced, no Allen Robinson, no Allen Hurns. They could cap out at 8-8. Right? So the only option is going to be the Texans or the Colts, but with a booty O-line, no running back. Deshaun Watson's great, right? DeAndre Hopkins is the best wide receiver in the game. J.J. Watt is still nice, right? But with that, 3 guys out of 22 starters on offense and defense is not going to fucking get it done. The Colts are going to win, but I think Houston has a chance to get a wild card because they'll have enough talent to get to 9 or 10 wins just on the fact of Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt because those guys are brilliant. Right? And they are amazing talents still to this day. James Conner will play good. James Washington will play good. He will break out, right? They have Vance McDonald. You got pieces on pieces on pieces. The line is one of the best in the NFL. I compare it to the Cowboys line. Pittsburgh Steelers are solid. Devin Bush has a great chance from Michigan to win Defensive Rookie of the Year if it's not Brian Spider Burns from the Panthers, DN pass rusher. Devin Bush is an animal, okay? He's the Ryan Shazier of this generation. The jersey will sell. They will come, all right? It's going to be tough to beat them. The Browns will have a hard time, the Ravens and the Bengals beating the Steelers. But if somehow, some way, the Colts win that fucking game, right, with Brissett, it's not only going to open your eyes that, hey, they're a contender not only with the Patriots, the Chiefs, right, and the Steelers. You got to put the Colts up there as maybe the 4th best team in the AFC. It sounds weird. Obviously, if it was Andrew Luck, you would believe it more. But I think Brissett won't turn the ball over. They'll have a balanced offense. Frank Reich and Ballard are amazing. Don't be surprised if the Colts are the 4th best team in the AFC as we get towards the back end of the year. If they have a chance to win that game, I'm keeping my calendar circled, my popcorn ready. I hope that's going to be on TV. Colts at Steelers, a make it or break it game, a prove it game to show how good the Colts and Brissett really is on the road. All right? Then we go to Week 10. Week 10 is a matchup. It's the Battle of New York. New York. All right, you got Saquon. You got Le'Veon Bell. Who will win the battle in that game? I'm talking about Week 10, the Giants at the Jets. They play every 4 years. The last time they played, it went into overtime. It was sexy. It's a tough matchup. Both teams have something to prove. At this point, Daniel Jones will be starting. He will be the starting quarterback. Jones, Sam Darnold, Saquon, Le'Veon Bell, Jamal Adams against anyone on that side, C.J. Mosley, anybody on the Giants side, Quinnen Williams. Who will win the game? Daniel Jones is going to be a problem. I'm really looking forward to that game because I think at that point, Week 10, that could be a chance where he starts, and then we really start to see what this Giants team is made of. Golden Tate will be back. Shepard should be good by then, right? You have Evan Ingram, which is a nice third down option, one of the better tight ends in the league, top 7, right? But I'm excited. Saquon Barkley has a chance to get Offensive Player of the Year. Maybe not MVP, because I think Mahomes can get that, but Saquon is going to show out, Saquads. But Le'Veon Bell isn't going to just let the rushing title and hand it over to Saquon. It will be one of the most anticipated matchups for teams that might not be that good record-wise Week 10. We could see a 3-7 Giants. We could see maybe a 5-5 or 6-4 Jets team. But you better believe your boy is going to be watching that game. Week 10, Giants and Jets, very intriguing if you like Daniel Jones. Very intriguing if you like Saquon and Le'Veon Bell. All right, Week 10, Giants at the Jets. All right, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty. Now, the 8th matchup, all right, is Week 11. Now, this matchup is the best matchup all week, right? It's a Super Bowl rematch. Who could it be? New England versus who? Who have they played in the last 5 to 10 years? What matchup was the sexiest? Who picked the Eagles to beat the Patriots a couple years ago? Let me think. Oh, it was me, your boy. I said they would win big, right? 9 points or more. They won big because they had the better O-line. They had the better defensive line. They had the 4 horsemen. Your boy predicted it. I did the research. They had to have a clean game. Nick Foles got it done. Philly. What can you say? Pats at Eagles. That's must-see TV. I don't give a shit if you don't like the Eagles. I could really care less. I could give a shit if you don't like the Patriots. But you know damn well you're going to be watching for 1 or 2 reasons. Either A, you want to see Tom Brady if he still got it, right? Or B, you want to see if the Eagles can obviously do it again at home for that fan base, or C, you hate the Eagles and you want to see the Patriots rout them and obviously get the revenge and the payback. But I think this is going to be a good matchup because it could be a Super Bowl preview, and I love Super Bowl preview matchups, especially when they get late in the year because it gives you the blueprint on what the matchup could be later on. Eagles have depth. New England is lacking depth. They don't have a tight end. They might lose their center. They are losing a lot of pieces on the offense and defense. N'Keal Harry looks nice. Winovich looks nice from Michigan. So they got some pieces that will be good. Sony Michel is a beast, right? Tom Brady will get it done. But the Eagles have a legitimate shot to win at home against the Patriots. Most teams, when the Patriots come to town, even if you're in your own building, you don't fucking win. I think the Eagles are going to win that game, and they're going to show people that the depth is real. Carson Wentz is on MVP form. Yeah, I said it. Carson Wentz is going to be in MVP form. He will blow the fuck up in that game, and with all that depth, even if one of the 6 running backs they have on the roster gets hurt, guess what? You'll still have 5, you'll still have 4, you'll still have 3, you'll still have 2. You'll have enough depth to get it done, all right? 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. It doesn't matter. You got pieces. Miles Sanders, put him in, right? Jordan Howard, put him in. You want Darren Sproles, put him in, right? The only one you don't want to put in is, you already know who it is, Mr. Fumbler, right? But I like that matchup. One of the sexiest matchups all season long. Carson Wentz, Super Bowl rematch. And this time, Carson gets to play. This time, Carson versus Brady. Sexy, right? It's going to be fun to watch for the haters or for Eagle fans to kind of stamp it and say, hey, we're here, right? We see you, Saints, right? We see you, Rams. We see you, Bears. We see you, Cowboys. We see you, Chiefs, right? We see you, Steelers. But guess what? We're here. Big facts. I'm excited. Pats at Eagles, week 11. Circle that. That better be on fucking TV. If that is not on fucking TV that I can do a live play-by-play and reaction, I am going to be fucking pissed off. You better believe it. All right? Next matchup, we go all the way, not to week 12, not to week 13. We go to week 14. This is a sexy matchup because between on who wins this game, this could really mean winning the division, right? Or maybe making the wild card or not, and playoff implications. This is the biggest playoff implication matchup all season, right? One team gets criticized, we damn boys, right? And then the other team, right, has a great defense. Maybe the best defense in the league. And the Bears, I am excited for the matchup. Cowboys, we damn boys. They will have Zeke back by then. Cowboys at Bears, week 14. Both records could be very, very close. What will they be? Will the Cowboys be 8-6 at that point? Will the Bears be 8-6? Will we see an 8-6, 8-6 matchup? It could really come down to the wire on who wins this game to be able to win the division, maybe get the wild card, or not make the playoffs at all. It's going to be one of those things where you got to take care of business. You got to make sure that you're healthy. Dak Prescott, proving that he's better than people think. The offensive line is amazing. Zeke and Pollard, a dynamic duo coming to in fruition. The offensive line will dominate. The defense, one of the best in the country, period. But then you're playing another defense. On the other side, the Bears, the best in the league. What will Trubisky do? What is the running back situation going to look for the Bears at that point with their 3-headed horse with Montgomery, Tariq Cohen, and Mike Davis? It's a sexy matchup. 2 good defenses, 2 offenses that could be better, right? But they're going to be getting better with Gallup, obviously, on the Cowboys end. He'll be one of the breakout stars of 2019. Big facts, all right? You better believe it, besides Chris Godwin on the wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Those 2 guys' stats are going to elevate, and you're going to see Dak working with them. And I know, Amari Cooper, Coop, is the number 1 target besides Zeke. It might be Michael Gallup this season. I see the chemistry. I like what I'm seeing there. Cowboys at Bears, playoff implications. It's going to be sexy. I'm going to watch it. I don't know about y'all, but it's going to be a nice matchup. And then let's end off week 14, right, with one of the classic matchups. We already saw an NFC rematch, right? NFC championship game rematch. Saints and the Rams, right? What would be better than that matchup or on that same caliber? Week 14, the Kansas City Chiefs at the New England Patriots. You get to play in an AFC Championship game rematch. Instead of being at home this time, you're on the road. Clone Mahomes, Brady. I mean, you can't ask for a better matchup than that. That could be an AFC Championship game rematch, period. And you're going to be playing that only a couple weeks before, where you may be playing them again. That's going to be a sexy matchup. AFC crown on the line. How many wins is the New England Patriots going to be contending for? 11 or 12. How many will Kansas City be in? 13 or 14, right? This could really determine home field, everything that's going to be happening in the playoff structure at that point. Kansas City Chiefs, Legion of Zoom, Andy Reid, Tom Brady, Belichick. That's must-see TV. I mean, obviously, with those matchups. Those are the top 10. So some of them are in multiple weeks. We got a sleeper matchup of the year, week 3, because it could be offensive rookie of the year in Kyler Murray, defensive rookie of the year in Brian Spider Burns. That's the only reason that I have that matchup up there. Don't get it twisted, right? Number 4, Bears Raiders, Khalil Mack revenge game. Browns at Patriots. Is this the second coming of Baker that we need to see for you guys to believe that they're legit and they're going to the playoffs this season? If they beat the Patriots, everyone will be woke, right? And even if they lose by 3, everyone will give them the respect that they deserve. The defense is legit. The Browns aren't going anywhere anytime soon for the next few years. And don't be surprised in the next 4 years if the Cleveland Browns make an AFC Championship game appearance. I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl, but in the next 4 years, if they keep drafting the way they've been drafting, and if Baker keeps excelling, Phillip Rivers may be gone by then, Big Ben, Tom Brady, right? A lot of the elites. So there's going to be wiggle room to move up. Baker Mayfield's in the hot seat. He could do it, right? Colts at Steelers week 9. Can Brissett take them to the playoffs? Yes, he fucking can. Believe it. I'm not sure if they can beat the Steelers on the road, but if they do, people will be fearing that matchup with all those second rounders they drafted this season. Rock Ya-Sin, Banogu. You got Paris Campbell, the deep threat. T.Y. still there. Marlon Mack, Hines, Brissett, right? Quentin Nelson, my favorite lineman in the game, period. Darius Leonard. Need I say more? It's going to be a sexy matchup. Giants and Jags, week 10. Le'Veon Bell, Saquon Barkley. We will see Daniel Jones by week 10. Stamp that. I guarantee it. He will be playing at that point. Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, the future of the NFL. It's nice. We are in good hands in that matchup, right? Week 10. Pats at Eagles. Fucking kidding me? Super Bowl rematch, week 11. Fucking circle that shit on your calendar. Either way, you hate the Eagles, you hate the Pats, you hate both of them. You want to see who's going to win. You want to see some kind of a good football, don't you? That's going to be an amazing game. Cowboys, Bears, another amazing matchup for NFC supremacy, to be able to see if they can actually be better than people think. Because a lot of people think, like myself, the Eagles are going to win the division, right? The Bears have a chance to win. If they don't, it could be the Vikings, in my opinion. But if both teams do win the division and the Eagles, right, and maybe the Bears get wild cards, it's possible, right? But I think the Eagles have more depth. But either way, if the Cowboys are 8-6 at this point, or 8-6, 8-5 going into week 14, it's going to be critical that they win this game on the road to show people, hey, that we can still play football. We're still a playoff team, right? Even if Zeke misses time, right? The formula of having a good football team, besides having a good GM and a good head coach, is what? Elite O-line, Cowboys, check. Elite running backs. They got Zeke and they got Pollard, who looks nice, check. And an elite defense, check. Is the quarterback suspect at times in Dak Prescott? Yes. But if he can improve his red zone completion percentage, don't be surprised if they get to 10 wins this season and make the playoffs. I can't be a hater. I call it how I see it. It's possible. The Colts can make it. The Cowboys can make it. Stop sleeping on teams. This is the NFL. Anything is possible. Cowboys, Bears, week 14. And then last matchup, Chiefs at Patriots, week 14. Do the Chiefs get revenge and win that game? Do they play again in the AFC Championship game and make it to the Super Bowl? I think it's possible, and I wouldn't want a matchup for Patrick the Clone Mahomes versus Tom Brady any later than that. That's the perfect time, a couple weeks for the regular season to end. So let's go over in order. So as far as personally for me, the 5th best game this season in the NFL, Browns at Patriots, just because I think Baker Mayfield, most people think they have 0% chance to win the game. But if the Browns defense plays better than advertised and they get to Brady, sack him 3 times, get a couple picks on him, there's a chance they could maybe win and scrape it. It's the chances of them winning is probably 10% because no one wins in New England. But with no Gronk and a lot of injuries on the roster, this might be the thinnest they've been in a while. Some team's going to go up and slap them in the mouth. Could it be Baker Mayfield? It's possible. Baker, Chubb, Odell, Landry, Njoku, right? Bradley Chubb, Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams. Sounds sexy to me. Could happen. Number 5, Browns at Patriots. Baker fucking Mayfield. I love him. And if you don't, you should. Number 4, Bears at Raiders. I like the Khalil Mack matchup. It's going to be sexy on paper. Raiders will be better than people think. And we'll see what happens. I don't expect the Raiders to win that game. But if AB goes off for 3 touchdowns, it's possible. Bears defense is elite. But at some point, they're going to have a slip-up game, a game where they're overconfident in. Could it be that game? Raiders and Bears on week 5? It's possible. Number 3, Pats at Eagles, Super Bowl matchup, one of the best all season. This would be number 1 if I didn't have number 2 and number 1 in AFC and NFC rematches, championship games. Pats at Eagles, number 3, week 11. Circle your fucking calendar. Number 2, Chiefs at Patriots. Patrick the Clone Mahomes, Tom Brady, week 14. And then number 1 for me, because I'm an NFC guy, New Orleans Saints, right? Los Angeles Rams and the Goffense. Who Dat Nation? Revenge on the road for what happened last year? You better believe that's must-see TV. And that is your boys' fucking list. Your boys grinding 50 minutes straight podcasting to y'all. Hopefully you guys liked the list. I did a lot of research. I went through a lot of stats, a lot of matchups. So hopefully you guys learned something new. Have you guys looked at the merch? Samuel J., we're going to have your design up pretty soon with a couple of our catchphrases. Who you know talk sports like us, sack lunches, yum, yum, yum. There's going to be a lot of other things. But every video underneath it, out of all 600, will have the link to the merch. Buy a t-shirt, support your boys. Buy a hoodie, buy a mug. Buy something. Help us out. And like I said, 25 to 40% of the earnings that we get is going to be given back to y'all. I'm going to end up, once we get that money coming in through the merch, I'm going to end up doing giveaways for t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you guys are looking at on there. I ended up ordering a t-shirt, a hoodie, a white t-shirt, white premium hoodie, and white socks, all the match. I'll end up rocking them when I get them. But I want to be able to give back. It's important. And like I said, the merch is up. So we got the one design approved. We're partnered up with Teespring, so things are good. There's like 40 things to choose from the merch. So if you guys want to support your boys, the best sports YouTubers on YouTube, period, we would appreciate it. And like I said, a lot of people say about giving back and it's talk. We're going to make it happen. And it's an exciting year. We got fantasy football. We're going to be doing the drawing, I believe, tomorrow. We got the pigskin pick'em, right? We're going to end up giving back a lot of the merch once we get it going. We're going to have more designs. Samuel J. in the room right now. He's the one that came up with that design right there. So make sure you give him a nice thank you. He's a brilliant artist, and we're going to be coming to him for more designs. Like I said, what an incredible artist. We're happy to be able to work with him. And I'm going to cut you a check and get you some merch sent your way, not only of your own design of us, but probably some other stuff as well once we get some of the other things going with some of the other designs approved from YouTube and Teespring. So very exciting time for the Northwest Sports Fanatics. This is going to be the biggest year for us, growing-wise, subs-wise, right, views-wise, merch-wise. It's going to be a fun year. No one can touch us. Period. College football is going to be fun. Samuel J., you're my dog. You're one of my favorites. You know what I mean? Because it was just kind of funny because me and Marcus were talking, about 3-4 months ago when you sent us the design, and we looked at each other and we were like, you know what? We need something new, a new design, a new logo. And then all of a sudden, literally that night, you ended up emailing us a few different options for designs, and it was almost like a blessing, or it's like a sign, you know what I mean, that we had a super fan that not only appreciates us and loves us, but to be able to take time out of their day to be able to draw up a couple different prototypes and kind of, work together on some designs, and you're the man. I appreciate you. Your hard work will not be taken for granted. I love you, man. And like I said, one day I'm going to end up visiting you out there. I'm going to take a trip. We're going to go see a game together. It's going to be fun. But yeah, hop on the merch. Every video is going to have a link underneath. Take a look. Like I said, there's over 40 items that you guys can, obviously add to your guys' collection if you just want to rock a t-shirt, support your boys, help us out. And then obviously as we're going forward, I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I have a friend that's gone through some tough times, losing his son, which was tough. Got in a car accident. He wasn't supposed to walk or talk probably ever again. It was pretty serious. Ends up having a pacemaker put in at 25. I am going to be able to take him to his very first professional or college sports game, which is very exciting for me. Because like I said, a lot of people talk about giving back, but with all the generous donations and everything that's come to fruition with you guys within the last month and a half, he's never been to a Seahawk game. He lives in Vancouver. He's never been to, obviously with the Sonics not being around, he never went to them. He's never been to a Mariners game, right? He's never been to a Ducks or Beavers or Blazers. He's a Duck fan and he's a Mariner fan. So I end up finding a way. I'm going to take him. We're going to go to the home opener together. And I'm excited because not only is it going to be a first game experience, it's going to be a moment. Not just a game, but an experience. He's going to wear the chain. I got 2 of them. He's going to have the jersey, the Otson dog. We're going to get on TV. I got the gloves. We're behind the Duck bench. It's going to be litty, the first game. Now, we're going to beat Auburn this Saturday for Labor Day weekend against Auburn. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. It might be only by 3. Maybe 2 or 1. I don't care. But we're going to find a way with Herbert against that freshman quarterback they're going to be going against. But that first game at home, Nevada had a pretty good year last year. I believe they were 8-5, so it's not going to be a cupcake. Are they a UW or a USC or a Utah? No. But if you take them for granted, we could lose. So it's going to be sexy. I'm excited. He's going to be thrilled. So when I pick him up, we're going to go. And like I said, I don't think he knows where we're sitting, how close. And like I said, we're going to tailgate for 3 or 4 hours before the game. I'm going to pick them up. So I'm really excited to be able to do something like this and give back. And I think in the future, I'll be able to meet up with some of y'all. And I'm excited to watch games with you, either on the couch, at your house, apartment, condo, at the stadiums together. It's going to be one of those things. If we keep growing like I think we are, there's going to be a lot of giving back to a lot of the fan base. Samuel J., you're an amazing person. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah, Panther Nation. Like I said, if I can get the money, I want to go out there. I want to see Spider Burns in person. You know what I mean? But it's going to be fun, man. Taking people to Blazer games for the first time, Ducks games, Seahawks games. It's one of those things that I always like giving back. The goal is for the YouTube studio to be up and running in about 5 years or sooner so I can make other people's dreams come true. But there's nothing better in a feeling when someone is going through tragedy, losing their son, right? That was a newborn, getting in a car wreck and almost losing your life, maybe not being able to walk or talk, getting a pacemaker put in at 25. Can you just fucking imagine that? All those 3 things within like a 3-month period. And if I can make this guy's, day, and I know a lot of people don't check up on him, and he's mentioned to me that he's thankful that I check up on him, from time to time. Because you can have 500 or 1,000 friends on Facebook, but that don't mean shit. If you have 5 close friends that care about you and check up on you, I'd rather have 5 of those that are lifers than have 500 that are just acquaintances or people that want to spy on you that you went to high school with and they just want to see what you're about. You know what I mean? Those aren't friends, to me. Big facts. But I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to take my boy. So it's going to be one of those things. It'll change his life forever. And I know he'll be hooked once we go. Behind the Duck bench, we're very close within the first 4 rows. He's going to get the bug. And it's going to be one of those things that's exciting. I got another friend I'm taking too. I broke his Oregon Duck cherry last year. I got him hooked. So you guys, I'll try to go live from the stadium. I don't know if the connection will be good inside Autzen at that point. I'm going to be taking my girlfriend to a couple games with a couple of my friends too this season. So like I said, I just want to say thank you for all the donations, all the love. Like I said, in a lot of the merch that's going to be, profited on our end. Obviously, Teespring gets a cut, and then me and Marcus have to split the profit after the remaining amounts that we get. But at least on my share, I'm going to be giving back, and I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways. So as we get into that money coming in from the merch sales, like I said, look for T-shirt giveaways, hoodie giveaways, mugs, different things that we have on there. And there's women's gear on there too, leggings and other things of that nature. I think we're working on the leggings right now because we want to get the design firm. But there's shirts and sweatshirts and other designs. But there's already over 40 items to buy right now. If you guys want to support your boys, I'd be really happy and thankful and appreciative. So Clemson 37, Bama 16, third quarter. They just scored again, 43. So let me scroll all the way up because, that's kind of what I do and kind of acknowledge everyone. I think you guys have commented so much in the chat, I can't even go back to the top. So I guess I'm just going to have to go as far as I can. Let's see here. If Clowney goes to Miami, it's because he prefers money over contending for the bowl. I am confusion. That's not going to happen. Eagles or Seahawks, mark it down. He's not going to go there. Like I said, he wants to be able to win. Miami is not a winner. If they get Tua, at least they can make a name for themselves in a couple years. But that team is not going to be good. They'll definitely play as good as they can with Fitzmagic. But I would rather go to the Eagles. If you go to the Eagles, you have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. If you go to the Seahawks, that could be the difference between, not making the playoffs or maybe being a wild card or maybe being a little bit better and getting closer to the Rams. That's a big facts. So it's very exciting to see where he goes. To me, the most natural fit would be Eagles, but the Seahawks need him more. Frank Clark is not there anymore. He's on the Chiefs. There's a hole there. If they get him there, that'll help that defense tremendously, and then that could put the Seahawks in a position from being a 9-7 team to possibly a 10 or 11 win team if he can make it all the way through the year. Jadeveon Clowney, Seahawks or Eagles, those are the best fits, and that's big facts. Let's see here. And that's what most of you guys are saying as well. Let's see, Miami and the Jets have interest as well. Right. The Jets would be nice. He could fit in there. But like I said, I just see if I visualize and close my eyes and then I think, okay, where can I see Clowney playing? Eagles, I can see the jersey and him running around. Derek Barnett's coming back from the injury. Fletcher Cox. They have plenty of pieces on the line. It would just be a nice fit. Seahawks would be a natural fit as well. So I'm interested to see where that goes. He said, have you done Carolina yet? Like I said, the only matchup that I have for them, which was the sleeper matchup, and there'll be other matchups with the Saints and other top matchups, top 20 matchups of the season. But like I said, the one that I'm interested in is going to be Panthers-Cardinals week 3. Some people think that's going to be a shitty matchup, but I think that Kyler and Burns are the front runners to win Defensive Rookie of the Year and Offensive Rookie of the Year. So seeing them play together against each other week 3 will be exciting. And then, like I said, once I scroll down, if anyone missed the list, I'll redo it and go over it again for you guys. So top 10 must-see games of the NFL in the 2019 season. Then I did the top 5. Then I'm letting you guys know that merch is out. Buy some merch. Support your boys. We're giving everyone a shout-out. Samuel J., doing the logo in the corner. We got a nice slick design, NWSportsFanatics, stacked up on each other with little snow caps on it for us being out here in the Northwest, representing Washington and Oregon with the little snow caps on the letters. It's a fresh design. Make sure you guys check it out. Any video, there'll be a link underneath. And if you guys support us, we'd really appreciate it because who's better than us? Nobody. We the best, baby. So let's keep going down here. Panthers going 8-8 this year. Incorrect. I do not think that they are going to go 8-8 this year. Pats, Chiefs, and Bears, Chiefs going to be on here. Pats, Chiefs obviously is on here. Bears, Chiefs is going to be a nice matchup as well. But obviously so many different matchups throughout the year. I mean, I had to go and skim through every single week. But obviously if you had to have a top 15, obviously that Bears, Chiefs matchup will be in there as well. Ryan Schrick, obviously that's going to be an amazing game. Eagles arguably have the best O-line in the league. Crystal, Spirit Wolf. I would assume that you're an Eagles fan. Fly, Eagles, fly. They have one of the best offensive lines. I think they have a good line, even though they're getting older. They have Dillard that they got in the draft, thank God. Peters is getting older. Kelsey at center. They have nice pieces. Cowboys line is a little younger. They might have a little bit more youth on their side. Steelers line is good as well. The Eagles have a complete team, so that's what you can hang your hat on. You don't fuck with Kelsey at center or Travis Kelce at tight end. All right, that bloodline is nice. And like I said, I love the Eagles this year moving forward. Let's see here. Andrew Luck has retired, so I don't think it's going to be as good for the Colts. But like I said, I am a sport fanatic. I do the research, right? I watch the film. I watch the tape. I watch the practices. I go through training camp. The Colts are going to win the division. Believe me, don't believe me. The Texans obviously are the only other team that could, right? They won it last year, and I think they're going to play, for a purpose. Play for Andrew Luck. Play for Brissett. They have a nice roster. Their team overall, offense, defense, special team, coaching, GM, is better than the Texans. And they let go of their GM in the summer too. They're a bunch of dysfunction right now, the Texans. So even though that Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt all could be Hall of Famers one day, DeAndre Hopkins definitely is. J.J. Watt definitely is. Watson isn't yet, right? But if he still has a nice career for the next 10 years, he'll be in consideration, at least borderline at the very least. But you got to have more than 3 out of 22 starters on the O-line, D-line, offensive side, defensive side of the ball to be able to ball out. Colts have way more depth. That's big facts. So even though they have Brissett and he's not as good as, Andrew Luck or Deshaun Watson, it doesn't matter. It's like Dak Prescott. He doesn't have to be Rodgers for them to be a good team when you have a lot of the other pieces around you already. Okay? Samuel J. says, 8-8, LOL, I created the damn logo. You see that logo? I created it, Samuel J. says. No way that they're going to Falcons, right? But something tells me the injury bug is going to hit him again. And if the injury bug hits him again, how many wins are you going to get? 7, 8? If it gets really bad and it's early on with like Deion Jones or Calvin Ridley or Julio, I mean, they could go as low as 7-9, 6-10. But I think the Panthers have more depth. Gerald McCoy, Kuechly, Spider Burns. Spider Burns is better than any player on the Falcons roster, in my opinion, period, on the defensive side, except for maybe Deion Jones, right? So, I mean, it's all about perception, expectations, right? Commitment, dedication, Cam Newton, right? But 8-8 is not going to happen. Like I said, I think that they have a great chance to go 9-7 to maybe 11-5, but it just depends on the New Orleans Saints and everyone else, in the division. But I definitely like the Panthers' chances. I'm a Bucs fan, and like I said, I have to be real. You know what I mean? It's one thing to be a homer, and it's one thing to be, have expectations and hope that your team is going to be good. But a lot of people don't do the research for someone that doesn't have bias, that calls it down the middle. I mean, how many people do you guys know that follow every single team in the NFL as if it were their team? Not many. Your boy, Orion, I do. So you got to look at it like that. I'm not going to be right all the time, but a lot of times with the research and the commitment, you know what I mean? I feel like 80% of the time I got a good leeway for things on how things are going to go or how they could go. Panthers are going to be second best in the NFC South. You heard it here first. The Bucs, trash. Jameis Winston, trash. My team, trash. Falcons will be better, but I have a feeling the injury bug will hit them, and it may be serious, and then that'll derail their chances of not only winning the division, right, but also getting second place in the division. I think that they'll fall back to third, Bucs fourth, and I think the Panthers will be pushing the New Orleans Saints. But if Cam is brittle, they're only going to be able to go as far as Cam is, going to be able to take them. But Samuel will be nice. DJ Moore will be nice. Run CMC is a fucking freak. He'll be great. Spider will be great. Luke Kuechly's great. Gerald McCoy will surprise some people. He'll play good for him. I'm excited for him. So, it's all perception. A lot of times people talk shit about the Panthers just for the single fact of Cam Newton. Or people talk shit about the Cowboys for the single fact, right, of Dak Prescott. Sometimes you got to get over it. You know what I mean? They are not likable guys to a lot of the people around the league unless you're "We Damn Boys" or hashtag keep pounding Panther Nation, right? But sometimes guys like that are misunderstood. Cam gives footballs away. He's got a unique sense of style. You know what I mean? Confident, not cocky in my opinion, but people think he's a cocky bastard. Dak, they don't like him because it's the Cowboys. I get it. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to be 2 good football teams this year, and both of those teams can make the playoffs. Period. Got to get over that that hatred that you guys have in your hearts for those teams. Just look at facts, football. It is what it is. All right, let me keep scrolling down. Rafael De Luna, great stream. I appreciate it. I bring it. Original content. I mean, that's what it's about, right? I gotta give you the banner. I upgraded that. Give you guys the thumbnails. I upgraded that. I'll give you original content. There's other sports YouTubers out there that do NFL. There's a couple. There's single guys. There's duos, right? But they ain't going to bring it like me, period. And then when me and Marcus get on it on the game tape, you ain't going to compete with that, period. But original content's where it's at, man. And you guys know that, and that's why I love you guys. The time, the preparation, the nonstop balling out of control. There's not a lot of people that can bring it with the facts. Nonstop without taking a break or having awkward pauses in between takes like your boy, right? Big facts. I'm giving you guys good shows, giving you guys my all, right? Preparation, dedication. It's here. Let me keep going down here. Let's see here. Let me scroll. Lunar, believe in my boy Jacoby. See, Lunar knows. I know. Like I said, the thing is like when you build a team, Lunar knows. When Andrew Luck first came in, right, the team was fucked. They didn't have an O-line. They didn't protect your boy, Andrew Luck, right? They didn't have good evaluators at talent. They didn't build the defense, right? It was rough. Andrew Luck was winning 10, 11 games a year with nothing. T.Y. Hilton, and what else? You know what I mean? They didn't have pieces. But now, as you look at the roster, even with Brissett, they are going to be a top 4 team in the AFC. Not just in the AFC South, right? Winning it there. I'm talking about across the board. Chiefs 1, right? New England 2, Steelers 3, and you should say Chargers 4, right? Or ahead of the Steelers, but Derwin James, and that's going to be a difficult thing to come back from. The Bills will be sleepers. The Browns will be sleepers. The Jets, right? The Chargers. But let's not sleep on the Colts. Frank Reich is a great coach, right? He came from Philly. Philly coaches have good education, commitment, passion, right? And with that GM combination with Ballard and Reich, that's top 3 in the NFL, period. Organizations in the league, besides the fan base booing when Andrew Luck left, top 3 organization. They were like bottom 5, like 5 to 10 years ago. They've switched it around. You get a great GM and a great head coach, everything changes. Rock Ya-Sin is going to be a stud. Bonogu, stud, right? Paris Campbell is like a Djax, reincarnated. He's going to be nice. Burner from Ohio State, right? They can get better running backs. They're going to get someone to replace T.Y. in the future, right? But overall, it's going to be nice moving forward to see what you got with the roster. I'm excited for the Colts. Brissett, they're going to win the AFC South. Let me say it again. The Colts are going to win the AFC South. They may not be pretty. They may only win 9 or 10 games, but they'll be good enough to get there. Now, are they going to be able to win a playoff game that once they get there? Probably not. I mean, depending on who they have to match up against. I mean, if it's Steelers, that'll be tough. That's why we got that matchup. Obviously week 9, Colts at Steelers could be a playoff preview, right? New England will be tough. Chiefs will be tough, right? But if it's anyone else, Browns, Bills, Chargers, Jets, they can hang. They can do it. I'm just telling you. All right, let me keep going. I'm scrolling. All right, JJ Trilla. He says, at Lenny D. So obviously both these guys are in here all the time. He says, I'm a Cowboy fan, but I can put my bias aside when talking about Dak. He's not better than Wentz at throwing, but is better built quarterback and a stronger dual threat. Dak is built for our offense. And remember, JJ, you know what I mean? You and Eagles fans can talk trash back and forth. And the bottom line, right, if Carson Wentz was on the Cowboys, right, you would love him. And if Dak Prescott was on the Eagles and you guys were winning games, you would love him. Yeah, you would be criticizing him, just like Cowboys fans criticize Dak, even though they love him. The Cowboys fans are realistic too. They can say, yeah, we love Dak, in front of a chat. But when they're in front of other Cowboy, we damn boys, and they're on the couch together, they know that that's kind of a weak spot. They talk about it. But is he a good dual threat? Yeah. Is he better than Wentz? No. Right? He's, obviously in the pocket, Wentz is better. Right? Wentz was in MVP form. But for the Dallas Cowboy roster, like I've said it again, time in and time out, Dak Prescott, right, does not have to be Rodgers, Breeze, Roethlisberger, Rivers. He don't have to be that guy. He can be a dual threat. He can be a Russell Wilson type-ish player. Is he a Russell Wilson? Fuck no. Russell Wilson is more accurate, right? But one thing they have in common is they're great rolling in bootleg. They can create after the play is broken, right? They can both use their legs for first downs. People seem to forget, right? On the run, those are 2 of the top 5 in the NFL on the run. Rajas is up there as well, right? Being a dual threat quarterback is something that you're going to see more and more in the league. You just need to know when to slide and get the fuck down. You need to know when to throw the fucking ball away, right? I'm not saying Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback in the league, because a lot of people will say, fuck no, there's no way. But if you're looking at dual threat quarterbacks, how high would you rank Dak Prescott, right? Top 3. Cam Newton, when healthy, is up there, Russell Wilson, and Dak Prescott. As far as guys that can stretch plays, get first downs, right? Make things easier for their team. Yeah, he's got the benefit of Zeke, right? Yeah, he's got Pollard. Yeah, you got Frederick, and you got, plenty of pieces on that O-line, right? I get it. Elite O-line, elite running backs, elite defense. It helps, right? It helped Troy Aikman win fucking 3 rings, right? You know what I'm saying? Was Troy Aikman as good as people think Troy Aikman really was? Or was he a benefit of Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, and an amazing O-line and defense? And Jimmy Johnson and Switzer. Let's think about that for a second. There's a lot of quarterbacks that are better than Troy Aikman, but Troy Aikman gets a lot of love because he got those rings at the end, right? But you got to just see it from no bias. Just, see where it's at. Because you got to think, if your team had that, it's like if Dak Prescott was on the Panthers and Cam Newton was on the Cowboys. People would be criticizing the players the same fucking way, right? Cam can't throw in the pocket. Dak can't throw on the Panthers. Cam can't throw for the Cowboys. But are you winning games? Right? Are you getting big first downs? If it's in the red zone, right? Or if you're on the 5-yard line, right? If there's 3 players you'd like to have the fucking ball to be a dual threat to get in the end zone, Cam 1, Russell 2, Dak 3. Big facts. They stretch plays, You don't have to be the top 5 guy, Don't be surprised if, the Panthers or the Cowboys make an NFC championship game in the next 5 years. I could see it happening. I'm not saying it's going to happen fact, but the way the teams are built, right? Weapons on the outside, defenses are solid, right? The Panthers O-line can't compare to the Cowboys O-line, but you have one guy that's built like a linebacker that when healthy can run. Another guy that is, you got to remember, Dak Prescott wasn't a fucking first-round pick. You guys keep comparing him to Wentz and Goff and all these guys that went in the fucking first round or second round. If you go 3rd or 4th round, there's fucking no expectations. You're supposed to be benched. You're supposed to be replaced. You're supposed to suck. Name the last 3rd or 4th rounder that dominated. Even fucking Andy Dalton went in the 2nd round when they picked A.J. Green in the 1st. How good is Andy Dalton? I would take Dak over Andy. Finley's better than maybe Andy now on the Bengals. And you got to think, Dak went rounds later than Dalton. You're not supposed to succeed at that draft pick in the 3rd or 4th round, let alone be a starter, let alone be a face of a franchise. Dak sucks. Well, look at what he's accomplished at being drafted that late. Think of it that way. If Dak Prescott was the first pick in the draft, then you have a case. If Dak Prescott was picked top 15, you have a case. But guess fucking what? He wasn't. So stop treating like he was, right? He wasn't a top 15 pick, right? He's overachieved. But in the red zone, right, he's garbage. Even Cowboys fans will tell you that. His completion percentage in the red zone is bootios. But watch this season. It'll be better. Michael Gallup will take his game to the next level, And I don't like the Cowboys. I got no affiliation with them, but I look at it from an outside perspective. And that's why people like this fucking channel. You know what I mean? I show you the real facts, okay? It's easy to be a hater. It's easy to talk shit, right? But you got to be able to have some facts to back your shit up, right? That's why people respect me. I just call it how I see it. It is what it is. You may love Dak, you may hate Dak, you may love Cam, you may hate Cam, but they have a lot of similarities. They're never going to be Drew Brees. They're never going to be Tom Brady or Phillip Rivers or Roethlisberger. They're not going to be that type of fucking player. But that doesn't mean that they can't succeed in this NFL. Period. That's your boy's hot take. Big facts. All right. Say, "Aye, Orion, give me my big facts T-shirt after we whip the Aints by double digits." Ooh, fighting words. Well, you know what? You're going to be at home, so you're going to have the advantage, right? Double digits is possible, but whoever wins the game isn't going to win by more than 10, I think. I think it'll be 10 or less, but, 14, 21, it ain't going to be like that. I mean, it's going to be a fun matchup to watch. Rankins won't be 100%. At that matchup, it's week 2. I don't even think he'll play, but it's going to be one of the best matchups of the year. And like I said, be careful what you wish for, because if the Saints come out punching, you got Gurley, but Kamara will be able to match everything Gurley can do, and obviously Henderson on that side. But Cooper Kupp, best friend, Aaron Donald. I mean, Cameron Jordan, it's going to be awesome, man. I can't wait. Big facts. All right, let me keep scrolling down because I'm spitting the facts. Jason Lau, hell yeah. I've been a subscriber for over a year, and I love this channel and all the live streams. And like I said, we didn't have the equipment at Marcus's house in the past. It was over there in the past, excuse me. So his internet was too slow. He had the Comcast, the booty internet, right? So I decided, after my dad had the stroke, no more drugs, no more drinking, right? Diet, right? Family has diabetes. I don't want to die early. I want to make a legacy, leave a legacy behind. I want to be able to help people and get this Beaverton YouTube channel in my hometown built to make other people's dreams come true. And I've showed you guys the dedication, the determination, and I feel with the live streams, no one does it better. There's other channels out there that people follow. Sports Fury's got a good one, and there's a few other people that do single, football streams, live play-by-play, or they do hot takes, or you got the other people that do reactions. But bottom line, if you want original content and you want someone that grinds, that gets 2 hours of sleep every fucking day because he's grinding watching film about every single fucking team and goes over prediction and is right a lot of the time, someone that you can respect, that you can have a beer with, this is the channel for you. You're not going to get a better one here. You're going to get a lot of contests, a lot of giving back. The hot takes are going to be good, original content. No one has it better. And I appreciate you, Jason Lyle, and hopefully that we've earned your sub and we have a sub for life. And like I said, the type of fans that are in here are the smartest fans out of any channel. Sports Fury's got their fans. Some of y'all follow the Sports Fury and us and other channels probably out there as well, right? And I wish them the best because we're always going to be linked together, right? But they have a different type of presentation than me and Marcus have. It's like rappers. Everyone's got their favorite. They may be a certain duo, me and Marcus are the other duo. You know what I mean? But like I said, as far as us putting in the grind, you're not going to find a better duo or someone singly being able to do a live stream on YouTube, period. And I'm going to be able to hold that to anybody. Big facts, baby. All right, let me keep going down the list. Let's see here. Ruiz, LA Rams, he's like, bro, I don't got social media. I just got YouTube. LOL. We talk shit here. Just don't go ghost because I got receipts. I won't. That's funny. Let's see here. Ruiz, LA Rams. So you don't see people usually say things like this, but then you know that me being no bias, right? Just calling it how I see it and just not being a homer for once, regardless if your team is good or not. Ruiz, LA Rams, big Rams fan, right? Thinks they're going to go to the Super Bowl and win. Thought they were going to go to the Super Bowl and win last year. Says, real talk, right? Eagles are the #1 team in the NFL. When's the fucking last time you heard someone say that? Besides maybe like me, right? Big props to you, right? Because even if you don't fully believe that, I don't really see that as a troll. I honestly feel that you feel that way. Your Rams are a top 3 team in the league, top 4, right? Chiefs are good. New England's good. Regardless if you want to give Saints love, they're good, right? Eagles are good. They're not the main rival to you. But to say that shows you're growing as a fan. You know what I mean? It shows you that you can respect where respect needs to be given. They have the most depth. They have the deepest roster in football right now. And if they add Jadeveon Clowney, you can stamp it. That's another guy. Now they have to be able to stay healthy to ride that wave all the way to the NFC Championship game. Will they do it? That's yet to be seen. But big facts, the Eagles do have the deepest roster in football. And then J.J. Trilla and a lot of the Cowboy fans will say, you're old, you're old. Well, Tom Brady's old as shit, and they won a Super Bowl last year. So just because you're old doesn't mean that you can't win the title in the end. And that is big facts. All right, see who dat. Cowboys winning the East at 9-7. Incorrect. Not going to happen. I got Eagles winning at 11-5. Cowboys from Zeke to Pollard, but Pollard's shown me enough where he's a downhill runner. He's going to surprise people. He can run for over 1,000 yards and get you double-digit touchdowns if Zeke doesn't play, but I think Zeke will. So I think they'll be fine, and that'll be a nice two-headed horse for him moving forward. God, you guys are commenting the shit out of this fucking stream today. Appreciate you guys. All right, let me keep going down here. Clowney's a beast, Samuel J. says. When healthy, he is a beast. Remember in college when he knocked O'Boy's helmet off, I think on Michigan, went like fucking 10 yards, and then he fumbled, picked up the ball in one swoop? Man, that was crazy. Missed that shit. Said, believe Zeke deal will get done. Yes, I do. Absolutely. And Skip Bayless is the most annoying Cowboy fan. Skip Bayless in this room or Skip Bayless in real life? Because we got two Skip Baylesses that come on the stream. The real one, and then we got our friend Skip Bayless in the room. I'm not sure if he's here today. Pierpont, one of our loyal subscribers, he said Eagles don't need Clowney. He's a luxury if we get him. Right? True. But do you want to be able to, get to the NFC Championship game, Pierpont, or do you want to win the fucking Super Bowl? You want to get there and win, right? And I'll tell you one thing right here. If you didn't have Jay Ajayi on your Super Bowl run, Eagles fans that are in the room, do you honestly feel that you would have won the Super Bowl? And the answer is fuck no. You wouldn't even maybe have got there, okay? So sometimes you need to get that extra piece to give you the cherry on top. All right? Everyone loves ice cream. You get the chocolate on it. You get the sprinkles. You get the flavors, right? But the cherry on top is the icing on the cake, right? Jay Ajayi was the cherry on top. That extra piece you needed where you knew, hey, Ajayi with everyone else that we got already? Damn. Now we're for real. You were smashing the shit out of people before that, but then you got him. You felt real good. You knew as an Eagle fan, even though you haven't done it before, like, hey, maybe we can, go to the NFC Championship game. Maybe we could actually win. Maybe. And guess what? It fucking happened. I see that being the same type of piece. Jadeveon Clowney. Him and Barnett and Fletcher Cox. Are you fucking kidding me? With Malcolm Jenkins on the back end? Fuck out of here. Could be awesome. All right. Scrolling. There's a lot of shit talking back and forth. Samuel J. Big facts. I bring it here. Eli Apple is booty. And he says, Mark Boulder says Cooper Kupp is booty. I don't think either Eli Apple is booty. Like I said, he just didn't really, come to his self on the Giants, and then he was just getting acclimated when he was on Nolans Saints. I think he'll play better this season. The secondary will play better this season. Cooper Kupp, Mark Boulder, is spelled with a K, not a C, but I'll let that slide. But Cooper Kupp is not trash. That's going to be best friend, the Goff, and the Goffense's number one option. Yeah, you got Cooks, you got Woods, but Kupp has the best chemistry with your boy. And I don't think he's trash. He'll be motivated. He's going to have an amazing year this season. And like I said, I've watched him rehab. He's going to be nice. It's going to help them get that nice stable of wide receivers. I mean, with those three wide receivers, I'm not sure if there's another three that can compete with those. Woods, Cooks, Kupp. It's pretty nice, especially with Sean McVay calling plays. It's tough to compete with that. Lunar. Brissett went in the third. There you go. That's another guy. You know what I mean? He went from a top 5 backup in the league to a guy that I would take on my Buccaneers over Jameis Winston. And I'm not even playing. Jameis Winston has more potential, but he fucks up more. He takes risks. A guy has fucking 3 guys on him. He'll still fucking sling it in there to Mike Evans like a fucking moron. Brissett won't do that. And that's why they're going to win the division. Okay? All right, scrolling. Now I see a lot of Rams, Saints talk, Eagles talk, Cowboys. I got all the rivalries juiced up in the chat now. All right, I'm scrolling. Oh, Ruiz. He said, Mark. He said, Mark Boulder. I was talking to you. He's like, let Orion know what's up. He's like, you went ghost 2 years ago. He's like, I'll add that link to the comments later. I won't go ghost, though. They say, we can win the Super Bowl without Jadeveon. You can, but wouldn't you feel a little bit more comfortable with Jadeveon on the roster if you didn't have to give too much? I mean, imagine giving up Aguilar and like a first and a second, and then you knew you were going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, if you have Jadeveon Clowney, right, and then you end up having who? Barnett healthy and Fletcher Cox. Who's better on a defensive line than those three? You got Bradley Chubb and Von Miller who are going to compete, right? Spida, right? And Gerald McCoy that will compete. Frank Clark, right? And Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones. And this is all off the top of the head. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That gives you 3 elite players on the line. Fuck, if I was your team, I would want him as long as I'm not giving too much for him. And Clowney, some people think, like Lunar says, he's overrated, right? But the thing is, if he stays healthy, it won't matter. You don't need him to be the best player on the team. Just another piece to add to the roster. Think of it that way. Right, and you can definitely win without him. You know, you can definitely win without him. But I'm saying, I mean, you're acting like Jadeveon Clowney's a shitty player. He's not shitty. I mean, he hasn't really developed into the player that we thought he was going to be coming out of college. But, I mean, I know a lot of people would take him on their roster if they knew he'd be healthy for a full season. You'd be dumb not to. Just saying. Brandon Graham, that's another one. Solid. Smitty said, during my draft last night, I couldn't decide which of the Rams' 3 wide receivers I should pick. So I just picked Goff as my QB instead. Hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Well, with wide receivers like that, I mean, who do you pick? You know, you got Cooks as kind of the deep threat. Woods is the intermediate guy. But now you have Kupp coming back. You know what I mean? I mean, at that point, I would probably go, gosh, it's tough. I mean, you know, Cooper Kupp has the chemistry, you know, with Goff and the Goffense. But Brandon Cooks would probably be the number 1 option, then Kupp, and then Woods. I would assume that's what the rotation's going to be. But it could, you know, we'll have to see. Score prediction for the Oregon game. Well, I wanted to be able to do a live reaction for the game, and I am. But obviously the next home game, I'm going to take my friend that's gone through the tragedy, so I'm excited for that. And I wanted to do a bunch of other live stream games, 3, obviously, for that week. But I'm going to be gone, obviously, to Eugene, but I'll be doing a lot every Saturday. Look for me to be doing 2 or 3 live streams. But, you know, Kayvon Thibodeau, number 1 high school player in the nation, you know, pass rusher. He could be like a Spider Burns. I need him to get to the quarterback. A lot of people think Auburn's going to win. Could Auburn win? Of course. You know, they're big, they're physical, they're SEC. They have a lot of big, physical, fast offensive linemen and D linemen. It's going to be tough. But with Herbert and the weapons that we have, a lot of starters coming back on the O-line and the defense, you know, even though it's neutral site and we struggle, I think we're going to win. Gosh, prediction of a score? I don't know, man. That's tough. That's a tough question. I hope it's high scoring. I mean, if I want to go for like a hope score, I hope like 31-27 Ducks. You know, I want to see some action. I want to see some touchdowns on the ground and in the air. I want to see Herbert develop into the quarterback I think he can be. You know, we know Trevor Lawrence is going to be the best quarterback in the next couple years that we've seen, you know, in a long, long time. But Herbert and Tua, you know, I think Tua could be a Mark Brunell, Steve Youngish player. And then Herbert, I don't really know what you're going to get with Herbert. Could he be a Ben Roethlisberger-ish kind of player? I think so. You know what I mean? He might be not as good as Ben Roethlisberger, but it depends on where he goes, you know, and who develops him. We'll have to kind of see. Tall. The only knock on him is accuracy in the pocket against the better defenses, but that's why he came back for his senior season, right? I got the jersey on. I'm a believer. He'll be better than Mariota in the NFL. I believe that. So, but I'm hoping that the Ducks find a way to win. Let's see here. Scrolling. You guys have a lot of comments. What'd it do? All right, I'm finally caught up. Holy shit. Mark Boulder, Kupp is a bum. He's not a bum. Samuel J. Jimmy G. What are we talking about here? I just missed the question. So, hard question, but would you guys rather have Brissett or Jimmy G? Well, if Jimmy G is healthy, Jimmy G, right? I mean, obviously, if you saw the Jimmy G in preseason where he looked shitty, then obviously Brissett. But Jimmy G, if you remember, when he was on New England and when he came in at the end of year last year, very accurate. One of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. I love Kyle Shanahan. I think he's a top 5 coach in the league. He just doesn't get the love yet because they haven't been winning games and gone to the playoffs. He's an intelligent mind. He got the Falcons to the Super Bowl. He's a brilliant play caller. Like I said, I put him in that same category of Sean McVay, Sean Payton, Andy Reid, Pete Carroll, Belichick. I put all those guys in the same kind of category. Roster, deep running backs, Coleman, McKinnon, right? You got a lot Breida, right? Jalen Hurd, Deebo Samuel, right? Kittle, Goodwin. I mean, you got Pettis. I mean, gosh, you got weapons. You're building something special there, right? You just need to build that O-line. The defense looks good, but they're banged up. You know what I mean? The Niners are coming. I mean, I think the Seahawks are, they can say that they feel comfortable, but in a couple years they won't. The Niners will be battling for that second place spot. Rams got it locked up for a few years, but don't be surprised in a few years if the Rams have to battle the Niners and Seahawks, on a week-to-week level. And the Rams got it in the bag for now, right? Seahawks might be the second best team in the NFC West, but Niners are coming. May not be this year, but they're coming. Believe that. Big facts. But like I said, you don't need, and you brought in Brock Osweiler, Lunar? Is that what you brought in? You brought in Brock Osweiler? You don't need no fucking Brock Osweiler. You know what I mean? Brissett is good. And I wouldn't make up stories, bro. You know what I mean? I'm a Northwest sports fanatic. Who does more research and game film? I mean, like I said, I work a full-time job, and as soon as I get off work, I'm reading. I read at work. I mean, I'm reading 4, 5, 6 hours a day. I don't think there's guys that are out there on YouTube, besides maybe scouts, that read as much as me or watch tape. I wake up at 4 in the morning, and sometimes I don't go to bed till 2. You know what I mean? Breaking down tape and watching training camp and, reading articles and going to team websites. Brissett is going to be fine. You're going to win the division with Brissett, but it's a Band-Aid. You know what I mean? Will Brissett be a guy that you want to have for the next 5 years? You could, right? Because he's one of those guys that can transition from backup to be a legitimate starter. Brissett's good enough to start right now, today, on probably about 6 NFL teams, right? Is that enough to say, hey, he can be, a guy that could start, league-wide? Not yet, you know what I mean? But if you give him a couple years and add more pieces, get another T.Y. Hilton on the outside, to match up with Paris Campbell, to have more deep threats, get a better running back than Mack and Hines, so you can have a 3-headed horse. Keep building the O-line, keep getting better defense, I'm telling you, Lunar, you looked really depressed and sad, and all the Colts fans overreacted, but you're in a better position, right, as far as team is concerned, than 99% of the teams. If that would have happened to, they would have been fucked. You know what I mean? If Tom Brady decided to walk away, they would still be all right. You know what I mean? Because they would have been able to find someone to get in there. I mean, if something happened to Big Ben, they would be fine. The Chargers, they'd be fine. New Orleans Saints, Taysom Hill or Bridgewater. You know what I mean? They may not have that Breeze or Rivers or Brady or Luck, but they still would be okay because what? Coaching, right? Depth at line and receiver and running back and defense. You know what I mean? If you have depth, it makes things okay. You'll find your next one. Don't worry. You're not going to get the Trevor Lawrence. You already had Peyton and Andrew Luck. Be thankful for that. You know what I mean? It was sad that Luck didn't stay around because I thought if he was able to fight the pain in the next 5 years, you were going to get an NFL MVP out of Andrew Luck. Maybe a Super Bowl from Andrew Luck. I honestly believe, you know what I mean, that they're one of those teams that you legitimately could say maybe after Brady retires or even if Brady sticks around. Patriots, Chiefs, Colts, Steelers, Chargers, those are the teams. But then you have other teams like Browns and Bills, right? Jets that are kind of, creeping, right? But the elite teams in the AFC are those. Chiefs, Patriots, Steelers, Colts. And even with the Chargers, with all the holes they have, you could say they're better than the Colts. But I want to see the Colts prove it because I think that they can hang with almost any team in the AFC. And honestly, I think the Colts could probably hang with almost any team in the NFC. I mean, if you played the Saints in the Dome, you're going to lose. If you play the Rams on the road, you'll lose. If you play Eagles, right, you'll probably lose on the road. But other than that, Bears on the road, you'd lose. But other than that, I mean, you could probably keep up with most of the teams in the NFC. That's saying a lot for losing your star franchise QB. Most teams can't say that. So don't worry. You're in good hands. You're going to make the playoffs, man. It's all good. You know? And if you weren't, I would tell you. I don't hold back. I'll let you know. It'd be more detrimental to your team, you know, losing Ballard and Reich, period. You think that he will unretire at any point? No, because I think right now Gronk has a better chance of coming back. But, I mean, if you think about it, if you watch Gronk's interview, crying, getting emotional, you were winning fucking Super Bowls. You were playing with fucking Tom Brady, arguably the best QB ever, maybe the biggest cheater ever, right? But the best winner ever, right? And Belichick, the best winner, cheater / coach ever. You were winning 3 Super Bowl, winning, right? And you're sad? You're sad, dog? So it shows you money isn't everything. Championships aren't everything. Sometimes if the money's in the bag, in the bank, you don't give a fuck. You know, you want to be happy. Maybe he wants to go hang out with his girlfriend. You know, he wants to smash his girlfriend and go to Paris or Hawaii or, you know, live his life, buy some cars, party with his friends, hang out with his brothers, the other Gronks, you know. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Football isn't everything. The wear and tear on your body, the pain might be too much, you know. But the one thing, though, I can say is at least they let him keep his bag, his money, because if you took that money away, 150% no chance coming back. You had the fans boo him and overreact. You take the money back, he'll be like, fuck you. It's like, that's how you treat me? You know, I did all that for you. I played hurt for you, and then you're going to fucking boo me when I make it, you know, it's like people are more concerned about the win total and the playoffs at the end of the year, treating their fucking quarterbacks like robots than the man that's behind the uniform. It's tough, but that's what happens in our society because we love football that much that we get blinded. We love football that much that we get blinded by the choices that our stars make. It's scary. We do that for NBA also and MLB. The passion of fans is real, you know. The fans that burn the jerseys, dummies, right? But at least they gave him the bag, you know. But he ain't coming back. And Gronk probably not coming back either. But if I had to choose one it would be Gronk. It just depends on if Belichick and Brady can convince him. You know, he still has time. He's still young enough. So. All right, guys. Well, I think I kind of went through the stream, you know, as long as I wanted to. I was only going to go for about an hour. And look at me, almost an hour and 45 minutes. Like I said, make sure you check out our merch. I'm going to recap the show one more time for you guys before I leave, so that way you guys can kind of get a recap for anyone that you know, missed out. But yeah, every video underneath, check out our merch, buy a shirt, support your boys. You know, a lot of the money that we get from it's coming back. I'm going to be doing giveaways, T-shirts, hoodies. You know, I'm going to be rocking the gear. I was the first one to order because obviously I take pride, you know, because we are the best sports YouTube channel, period. You know, we're going to be getting close to 20K subs. 3 million, you know, views. That'll turn into 4 million to 5 million, 20,000 subs to 40 to 50. You know, we're going to keep grinding, you know, but nobody does it better. And you guys know that. That's why you guys are here. So buy some merch, support your boys. So top 10 games of the NFL season. Number 1, and this is not in the order of the top 5, just going over Packers, Bears, week 1, rivalry matchup. Circle it on your calendar. Number 2, the best matchup to me, New Orleans Saints, Los Angeles Rams, Saints at Rams, week 2, NFC championship game fucking rematch. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? The guys that did the schedule this year, I mean, I know those guys in Madden that make the ratings, they're fucked up. They don't know what they're doing. The schedule writers this season, fucking New Orleans Saints and the fucking Rams, are you kidding me? And don't be surprised if the Saints win that game. Rams will be favored probably by 3 or more, 3.5, right? Vegas odds. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Saints win. They're going to be on a mission. And Rams are going to be on a mission to show that Todd Gurley's healthy. I'm excited to see what happens. Panthers at Cardinals is my sleeper matchup of the year. Week 3, right? Just because Rookie of the Year, Kyler Murray, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Spider Burns. Those two guys could win the award. It might be Devin Bush for the Steelers or Devin White or Josh Allen from the Jags, but I like that matchup. We get to see what Kyler Murray is really about. And Spider Burns, I want to see if he can get 3 sacks on Kyler. It could happen. Number 4, Bears at Raiders. Week 5, revenge game, Khalil Mack. I can't wait. Number 5, Browns at Patriots. Is this the year that Baker Mayfield takes the step to show you that he can make the playoffs and be a stud QB even if you don't like him? Cocky? No. Confident? Yes. I love him. Week 8, Baker Mayfield possibly beats the Patriots, and even if they lose by 3 or 7, they're going to the playoffs this season. Solid defense, solid O, they're making it. Wild card. Number 6, Colts at Steelers. If Brissett can beat the Steelers on the road, everyone will be woke. All right? Big facts. I think the Colts are winning the division. I like what they're doing. Andrew Luck, neckbeard. Take it easy. Enjoy yourself. The Colts are still going to be good. I like their chances. The Steelers are going to be the heavy favorite in that game, but don't be surprised if the Colts steal that one. I wouldn't. Number 7, Giants, Jets. Daniel Jones in the lineup with Saquon versus Sam Darnold and Le'Veon Bell. Get the fuck out of here. Number 7, Week 10, Giants and Jets. Number 8, Super Bowl rematch. Philly. Pats at Eagles, Week 11. Oh, God, are you kidding me? That's a top 3 matchup all year, with obviously the Saints and the Rams being up there too. Pats at Eagles? Are you kidding me? Fuck. Number 9, Cowboys at Bears. One of the most intriguing matchups all year long because it could either make or break the Cowboys or the Bears, not only winning the division or possibly getting a wild card. It might be to make or break the playoffs. Period. Excited. Special game. And then number 10, Chiefs at Patriots. AFC Championship game rematch. Chiefs get the revenge. They go to the Super Bowl. What can they do? Can they win it? You better believe they can. Bet your ass. AFC Championship game rematch. That's the 10. Check out our merch. T-shirts, coffee mugs, pillows, phone cases. We got it. You want it. Big facts. But I hope you guys have a great night. Let's see here. Before I go, I just saw a question, Samuel J. Your logo will be on one of the things for the merch pretty soon. That'll be the next one that we get approved. And like I said, we did get that one approved already, but we just want to make sure we can format it properly. So if you can send us some images to email again, Samuel J., the one that has the white background and the black background, if you could send those to my email, I would appreciate it because maybe I can transfer those. Or if you have an image that you can transfer me, that would be good to upload on Teespring. I'd appreciate it. So that way we can upload it and that will be the next design. Peace out. Best GM in the league. Gosh, I mean, to me, there's 2 that stand out to me, like hands down. I mean, number 1, Howie Roseman for the Eagles, and I have no bias. And 2, Chris Ballard, Colts, because the Colts roster wasn't what it was 5 to 10 years ago before those guys. Grigson, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing, right? But Ballard and Reich, that combination with Howie Roseman and Dougie P., those are the 2 best in the league to me, period. I mean, as far as GM and head coach. I mean, as far as head coaches, McVay, Sean Payton, Andy Reid, you know what I mean? You got a lot of these other guys that are floating around, Pete Carroll. I mean, there's a lot of other great coaches. Schneider, obviously, when Pete Carroll is a pretty good combo too. But I really love Howie Roseman, right? Evaluating talent, Dougie P., and then I would probably lean to Ballard and Frank Reich. You know what I mean? There's a lot of others that you can name in that, top 5, but those are the ones that I have the most respect for, at least at this point. So hopefully that answers your question there. And so you guys know, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a Bucs fan. How do I know this information? You guys know I know it. All right, man. I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Smash the like button. Check out our merch. Even if you don't buy anything, check it out. I mean, there'll be a couple designs. There's some T-shirt designs that are wild, obviously with the colors. The hoodies are sweet. Socks are pretty cool. There's ones that have a band at the top, a black band, and they got the little writing on it with the snow cap on it. Check it out. I think you guys will like it. And we'll have a lot more designs and catchphrases Sack Lunch, yum, 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 Big Facts, and a bunch of other things. And obviously with Samuel J's design and a few others. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys loved the show today. You know, I brought all my energy, all my passion on it. You knew it was going to be a good show. So I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Orion, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button on the way out. Look at the merch. I appreciate y'all very much. Tomorrow, let me give you a quick update before I actually bounce out of the room. We got some football games coming on tomorrow, the last games of preseason, just to get you guys on there real quick. So obviously in the NFL, there's only a couple games that are going to be on. So tomorrow we got Steelers, Panthers at 4. I'll be live for that. Marcus should be here for at least the first half. And then we got Chargers, Niners on NFL Network. And then on my local channel, Raiders, Seahawks. So I'm going to be probably going a back-to-back. If you guys want to go in there and watch some football with me, I'll be doing it. We'll probably go over fantasy winners, you know, to be in our fantasy league this season, and then the order of the draft. So if you guys want to be in that, let me know. You guys already commented on the fantasy video, Pigskin Pick'em. You can join that already as well, obviously with the Northwest Sports Fanatics 2019. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best fans in the world on YouTube. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow with Marcus grinding. And it's going to be a fun weekend. Ducks, Auburn, I'll be here. I'll have the gear. I'll have the beers. It's going to be lit. The helmet might even come on during the game. It's going to be on, man. I can't wait. So, who you know talk sports like us? Your boy, Northwest Sports Fanatics. And I'm out. Love you guys. Peace.